Welcome back. In the last video, we created our C++ project in Unreal Engine. In this video, we are going to set up the scene so that we have proper testing grounds for our neat little character switching system. Firstly, make sure that your source code editor is set to Visual Studio 2022. To do that, we go to Edit, go to Editor Preferences, a window should open. Make sure you click on source code right here and ensure that Visual Studio 2022 is selected from the list of options in the source code editor. That's it. Now, Unreal Engine 5 has a new layout. However, I'm a bit fond of the Unreal Engine 4 classic layout, so I'm just going to load my classic layout by clicking on Window and then clicking on the UE4 Classic Layout option in the menu. This might take a while. No, it didn't. So it has reverted back to the UE4 Classic Layout, which makes it easier for me to work with. Some people have different layouts. It's up to you what kind of layout you have and what kind of layout you find comfortable with. But now that we are ready with the layout, we can move on to the next bit. Now, first things first, we need to create the two characters needed for the project. Fortunately, we already have included the start content in our project when we created it. So, we can use the ready-made TPS character blueprints instead. To do that, we click on Content, navigate to the third person character that we added, click on Blueprints folder right here, and here you can find the BP underscore third person character blueprint. You can just drag this in your level and it will create the TPP character. Press F on your keyboard and it will zoom into your character like so. Now we need to create a duplicate of this character. The second character can be either a duplicate, so you can just right click on this, go to Edit, and then click on this duplicate button. It also has a shortcut Control D, or you can drag and drop another version of the blueprint like so. It's up to you what method you use. All we need is two different characters. For me, I'm just going to create a duplicate by pressing the Alt button and dragging the character like so. Now I've got two different characters. Now we have to set up the input actions. Creating the input for our controller is quite straightforward. Click on the Edit menu like so, then Project Settings, right? Scroll down until you see Input. Let's see, here we go, Input. Under the Bindings section, click on the circular plus sign beside the action mappings. So here we go. Create a new action mapping, expand it, rename the mapping to something logical. So for our case, we will do switch character. There we go. Press enter or something similar. For the key assignment, once again, expand this thing. For the key assignment, you can type in any key on the keyboard that you prefer. For me, I'm just going to use tab key to switch, so you can do that and select the tab key and everything will be set. A key thing to note is that you can also press the select key value button right here. Once you do that, you can press any key on the keyboard and it will select that particular key and assign it. So for example, if I press space, it will select space bar. If I press tab, it will select tab. Okay, once we have done this, everything is done and we can close the project settings. However, one thing to note for anyone coming from Unreal Engine 4 is that the binding section displays a yellow warning that states that axis and action mappings have been deprecated. Okay, however, it still works due to backward compatibility. Thing is, we can use enhanced input system in Unreal Engine 5, but that is out of the scope of this tutorial. We need to focus on this switching mechanism, not the enhanced input. So we are just going to use the basic input, and then we're going to focus on the actual gameplay mechanic.